Hello, and good morning. It's morning where I am, at least. It's a Saturday. It's not a bright, shiny day, but that's okay. It's bright and shiny inside my head. And welcome to my daily creativity. This one is number 7. I have been doing this for 7 days now. I'm very proud of myself, patting myself on the back here. Now, if you've missed any of the others, don't be confused by yesterday's. Apparently, I said daily creativity number 5. It was number 6. If you've missed any of them, don't stress out because they are either on my Facebook page or they're on my YouTube channel. So feel free to check them out there. Now, each day during the month of May, I am going live here on my Facebook page because we're celebrating National Scrapbooking Month. I'm going to show various creative techniques celebrating National Scrapbooking Month. But don't fear, you beautiful card makers. I am sharing different tips and tricks that you can use on your cards as well. So let's get started with this. My name is Charlotte Burns. Here is my YouTube channel. And today I am sharing about saving paper, because who doesn't want to save paper? Now, me personally, I love to save paper. If I can avoid using a full piece of paper on the back of my projects, I will. What I could have done with this particular page, and I'm just sort of putting this page, it's not true. I'm not just putting this page together. This page has been sitting here for a long time, and I've been trying to figure out how I can mash a heap of photos onto one page. I could have cut them down, but you'll see over the next few days, because I'm going to build this over the next few days in front of your very eyes, you'll see why I didn't want to cut them down. And hopefully for you scrapbookers out there, you'll also understand. You'll feel me. Okay, let me move this out of the way. So, as I said, today I'm going to talk about saving papers. Good morning, Pauline. So nice of you to join me. Saving papers. So, this particular page, what I want is I want 3 colours coming in. So, I want an orange, I'm using Sundance, and then I want a yellow, and I'm using Lemonade, and then I want a white. Rather than cutting down a lemonade piece and then cutting down my white piece, and therefore having 3 sheets of cardstock, which also then gives me a very thick piece of paper, this is what I'm going to do. So for you card makers, you can adopt this technique with your cards. I'll show you what I mean. All right. What I've done is I've already worked out the borders and everything. I've put down this because in planning my page out, and if I sound a bit excited, I am, because I finally figured out how to do this page. I wanted this up the top of the page, so I've got that down. Beautiful. Then what I wanted was a Sundance border, like so. And then I wanted a lemonade, or I wanted an orange border and then a yellow border, like so. But I wanted it all the way around my page. And as I just mentioned, I didn't want to cut pages down, because to me, that's just wasting so much paper. And I also didn't want to cut the middle out of pages, which you can also do. So this is what I've done. I've cut, and I mentioned before, I measured how big a border I wanted. I wanted it 3/4 of an inch. So I've cut 1/2 inch pieces and I've cut 1/4 inch pieces. I figured out how many I needed, and I've just gone zip, zip, zip. And I've got all my tools here. So let me just talk through, first of all, I've got the Mono Air Tombow by Tombow. I've got this one here. And I've also got the Close to My Heart, because I'm not sure which one I need. I love both of these. This one's not refillable, okay? So make sure you've got spares of them. This one is refillable. So I've usually got a spare pack. They come in packs of 2. You can see I've already used one. A spare one there as well. So just in case I run out. These are what I'm putting on my page. So you really do want to hang around and see what I do with these. The mountains come from this month's Stamp of the Month, so you can do anything Stamp of the Month. And in looking at this, I've made a couple of cards, but I've also just realised, looking at this particular word, love, will go really well on this page. So that was a bit of a bonus. All right, so the reason I wanted a 3/4 border, I'll just explain this, is because what I'm going to do, and it's not this photo, again, you'll see on a subsequent day, I only wanted one mountain. And when I put my photo, not this one, and I put that, it wasn't long enough where it matched up with the photo. So I needed to bring everything in. So that's why I chose 3/4 of an inch. For you, it could be anything. All right, so I'm going to show you in a minute how I'm going to put the three-quarter border on, and I wanted it all the way around. But first of all, that's Darren, by the way, and that's a funny shot. Some of you will appreciate Darren more with the funny shot, and this is me. You may have noticed that this one has been cut down, so that's smaller, and I could even cut that smaller, and I may or may not, I'm not sure. For me, the most important thing in this photo is, of course, the Darren and drinking out of the bottle. He was not drinking out of the bottle. I chopped off the curtains because this took up the whole, like it was an extra, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch here of curtains that I really didn't need. What I needed was more room for my page. This one, however, I couldn't cut down because there are so many memories in this photo. And I think it was yesterday I spoke about how memories can really trigger you to, remember things. So this was, I won't go through it all, but there's just so much in this photo, seeing how messy I lived and making sandwiches and the clothes that I wore back then. This was 1995, which is a long time ago. This shows me the layout of the house that I lived in, my little M&M man and the little fridge. This is a fridge. That was a fridge that we had. I can't believe 2 of us and a child lived out of a fridge that size, but we did. Some of the things I used. So I didn't want to cut any of that out. I didn't want to chop this to make it smaller to fit all the photos that I've got on a page. I wanted to leave all of that for my memory, if not anyone else's. So that photo had to stay that size, but the page can get smaller. So here we go. Just wanted to walk you down memory lane with me. Now, if you are struggling, here's a tip, and I'll give you a couple of different tips, but if you are struggling with memories, so they're bringing up memories, but you really want to get your photos onto scrapbooking pages, what you can do is cut them down to the size you want, flip them over. Then you'll know the size you want and where you want them to go, but you're not triggered all the time by the memories. Now, when I say triggered, I don't mean going into, a real state. If you get to that point, walk away. I'm talking more about getting emotional about your photos. So you can always flip them over. You know the size that they are and where they'll fit. And then when the page is finished, then you can put them back and stick them down. All right, I know, I'm waffling. Now I could just stick it like that, but I'm actually going to use my all-purpose mat. Now, this is an all-purpose mat. This is a Versamat. I keep forgetting the names of these. So this is a Versamat and it's great for lining things up. This is an all-purpose mat. This is great for things not sticking. What I want to do is, this is going to be my outside border. It's 1/2 inch, which fits this adhesive perfectly. So I'm just going to do some rolling down here. Now, some people don't put much tape on their strips, and that's fine. I don't like to leave big gaps because I've seen strips like this that end up lifting, and so they're a bit bubbly. The other thing for me is I find it easiest to work close to me, bring that paper down. Hopefully you can see it. I believe you can. So bring the cardstock down. Once it hits that corner, I'm just going to press down and take it along. As I mentioned, card makers, you might like to do the same. So I'm going to lay down my strips first. So 1, 2, 3. I should have had these stickied for you before I started. What I might do is I'll just do 2 and then I'll show you the corner. So again, we're going to do sticky. Now, one thing with this technique is you want to make sure that you're not using red tape or something that sticks down really, really hard. And you'll see why in just a second. I'm going to bring this back. Pop this down. And you do want these overlapping like so. Okay, we're going to fix it in a minute. Don't stress out. Okay, next. I'm going to do all 4 sides just to show you the first lot. Now, the next thing that I do need to do, I often show you as I'm going. So I sort of have thoughts halfway through. The really funny thing is whenever I'm in my craft room, well, actually whenever I'm anywhere, I I'm crazy, okay? I'm about to admit that I'm crazy. I talk to you guys all the time. When I'm crafting, I'll be saying, you know, so what you could do is blah, 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 and I talk. I'm crazy. That's okay. That's why you love me. Tell me you love me. All right, so we're going to stick these down, and then I'm going to hope and pray that I have my scissors handy, which I probably don't. Looking around and not finding scissors. That's okay. I'm going to nick over to my tool, my little box that's got all my tools in it. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so that's my first border, and you can see it overlaps there and there. But, yes, you heard me walk away from the camera, didn't you? I did walk away from the camera. Get my scissors, and all I need to do is cut from this corner across to that corner. So just lift that up, and that's why I said don't use really, really strong tape on this. I'm just going to line my scissors up where they intersect, and then take it across to that corner there. And now I've got fairly nicely mitered corner. It's not perfect, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift that up again and just go again a little bit closer, because I am a perfectionist. So just a little bit more, like so. There we go. And now I've got a nicely mitered corner like that. And go around and do that on all of the other ones. Next, I'm going to take these ones. Now, keeping in mind that Close to My Heart paper is double-sided. So I want to make sure that I've got it on the side that I want, which is the dark or the true colour, not the light side, so the true colour side. 1/4 inch pieces, you have to be very careful because they do tend to be able to bend very easily. Now, I'm not sure if this one is going to work as well as I'd like. Yeah, it's actually really good. So on the all-purpose mat, although the tape sticks a little bit to the all-purpose mat, and I know I don't have to go all the way down here because it makes it shorter. You know, it does make it a little bit sticky on the sides. All right, it sticks to the all-purpose mat, but it's so easy to I just rub my hand over that and it lifts. So with this one, again, I'm going to work down the bottom. I'll put that one down and then run it along here. And all I'm doing is I'm pushing it up against that border there. So I've got nice and flush with that border, and I want to cut it off. As I mentioned before, I probably could have cut these a little bit shorter. I think it should be, yeah, 1 inch. Because I've got 1/2 inch borders, I could actually take 1 inch off each of these, but I'll just cut it with scissors. All right, so this one left a little bit of gunkiness at the side. I'm now going to use the Close to My Heart one, making sure I'm sticking on the right side. And if it doesn't tape first, like if it doesn't stick straight away, I just use my finger and I pull that tape around and then it's sticky again. Okay, so I much prefer the Close to My Heart tape runner because it will only stick where the paper is, which I just find beautiful. There's no little sticky bits at the side, and I didn't actually need to do that bit, but that's right. Bring this across again, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing with this one, where just pushing that paper down to make sure it's nice and flush with the paper. Take this up and up and up. And then from here, if I'm really careful, and hopefully you can see, I'm going to cut down from the corner, from that corner, down towards the junction there. Like that. Now, it's a little bit high. So it's a little bit high. I'm just going to rejig that. I've got my corner perfect, exactly where I want it. So I'm just going to take that off a little bit. And there we have, I'll just do this corner as well so I can hold it up and show you. So I'm coming down from that corner. You can go up or down, whichever way you like. Down to there. And then we have 2 mitered corners. And we've got a border where I haven't used 1, 2, 3 sheets of cardstock. This one needs maybe just a little bit of adhesive under that corner. I'll just lift that up. Make sure that sticks down. There we go. But it gives a really nice border that I can then build my photos on, which I'll probably do something like that. So there you go. That is my tip for today. How to create borders without wasting paper. Good morning to Stacey as well. And hello to Karen. I can see that you're watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you can take this away and create something either on a card or a scrapbook page. What I would love is for you to share with me. So I'm going to put up a little bit of a challenge for Saturday. During the week, I would love to see you make some scrapbook pages and just share them on my Facebook page. So I'll put up a post, comment underneath. I don't know if you can comment on Facebook pages or not. So comment underneath my post. Just my Saturday challenge. Do some scrapbooking this week. If you're not a scrapbooker, maybe have a go or make a card and share that with me. I would love for you to share it with me. All right, ladies, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay safe, keep crafting, and bye for now.